Hello everyone. So I ended up telling someone that I will do a video based on feelings. So let's talk about feelings for a little bit. It's pretty simple at the core of all things. Feelings, they're inconsistent. They come, they go, they change frequently. But God is always consistent. He does not change. So we cannot base our life or move upon feelings or emotions. Now, feelings are a good thing in such a way where feelings are trying to warn you of something, right? But if you look at King David, you'll see that he's constantly questioning why he feels the way he does. And he's questioning himself and his soul. And he's like, "Oh, my soul, why are you so downcast? Rejoice in the Lord." So he knows there's something, but then when he's feeling it, then he ends up correcting himself. And he's like, "No, I shouldn't be feeling this way. There's no reason to feel this way." And sometimes we have reasons to feel the way we do. And it's all right to have feelings, please don't get me wrong. But again, feelings, they come and they go, and they're very, well, they're very all over the place. um, God is consistent. Okay, I know I'm being very repetitive in this, but it's very important. So something to keep in mind when things start to get too emotional, too hard, too confusing is if you read the book of Psalms really carefully, you'll notice something. Anytime King David, is feeling too emotional, he starts to get afraid, or he starts to ask God why God is silent. I really wholeheartedly believe that God was never silent to King David. What I believe is that his emotions took over to the point that his emotions grew louder than God's voice. And that's a very, very bad thing for something like that to happen. And it's happened to me a few times where I get too emotional and then I can't hear God's voice, so I have to calm down. So when it explains in the scriptures, "Be still and know that I am God," it's really talking about internal stillness, okay? So Jesus says, "Go into your room, close your door, and pray to your Father who is unseen, and what your Father sees in secret will reward you." So ideally, you'll want to step away from external noise. Now, what happens when you do something like that is you'll start to realize how loud it is internally. And you don't realize this when you're around external noise because you're too focused on whatever external noise there is around you. But once you go and you be alone and you're in a quiet place, you'll notice things like you'll start thinking about bills or money or car problems or relationship problems. And this is all internal things, right? And when that happens, you need to learn to calm yourself internally. That's the be still part. Be still internally and know that I am God. Once you can get to this point, then you can hear God's voice clearly again. Okay? And I suppose I'll conclude with Jesus on the boat. So he's sleeping, he's at peace, he trusts his Father, he knows who his Father is, he knows his identity. And then the disciples, they they're freaking out because of the storm, and they wake up Jesus. And the whole time Jesus is just completely calm, and he's like, "Why are you so afraid? Why do you have little faith?" Right? And then he just looks at the storm, so the external problems, right? And he says, "Peace, be still." And then everything stood still. Now, in my mind, I believe that Jesus had so much peace internally that when he spoke out loud, it affected the atmosphere around him. So if you have enough internal peace, everything that's external can no longer affect you. But this is a process and it takes time to get there. But once you're there, it's a very good thing, and it shows maturity and character. So anyhow, I hope that helps everyone. If it did, please leave a like, please leave a comment, please subscribe, and please share this video with your friends.